Hey, Roger, on that notice to, a motion to recess until the time certain would be also for the delegates, chopping around if there's any of that.
If we don't get it done tonight.
We're going to get this done tonight. Okay. I mean, that's after that. Okay. But there's some that some of the delegates may not want to go. Okay. Really. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them had their names on both lists. We'll try to find out. That's just a case. Okay.
This will be the last vote, and then we're going to go to delegates next. As soon as we count these out, then I'll be announcing which party, which group won which seats. Depending on how that is, the chair and the bonus automatically get to be a delegate. So therefore, that'll might make a couple changes on the list of delegates. While we're waiting for the counting, I'm going to have Mr. Holmes here explain how we're going to do the first opening and that with the vote.
Okay, the nominating committee had 28 names. We have 28.
Mr. Chairperson?
What's that?
May I make a motion?
No, this is just explain. There's no motions at this time. This is just explaining what's going on while we're waiting for the vote to be tallied. Due to the fact is, depending on how the vote is, this list may change by 1 or 2 names. So therefore, this is not the time that we do the delegates at this time. This is just explaining how we're going to open it up. That's all.
Okay, we had 28. We had 14 delegates and 14 alternates. We had 28 names. The nominating committee came up with the 2 lists, and I would like to ask, the very first part would be to make a motion to accept the recommendation of the nominating committee. I'll read both lists of names. Hopefully everybody will be thrilled by it, and we won't have to sit here all night. Okay? The delegate list is as follows. 14. Robert Hall, Kevin Zagia, is that how we pronounce that? Jerry Ward, John Wood, Bruce Knowles, Robert Talbert, Lance Wilson, Roger Purcell, is it Moss, Cameron Moss, Doyle Holmes, Roy Burkhart, Cameron Seddon, Deborah Holmes, and Elva Fatine. That would be the 14 delegates. The alternates have to be numbered so that they would be, if any of the delegates decide not to pay or not to go, then those alternates would step up in that order or be asked to take over that position. Okay, the number 1 one was Sharon Zaglia, 2, Tracy Talbot, 3, Maggie Dunbley, 4, Neil Moss, 5, Joshua Freifogel, 6, Jessica Wright, 7, Zachary McKay, 8, David Meeker. Lori Meeker is next. No, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. David Meeker. 9 would be Mike Ferreely. 10, Kimberly Fearley, right? Not Freely. Fearley, right? Okay. 11, Stephen. Oh boy. Is it Luther?
Correct.
And Cindy, same name.
Linda.
What is it?
Linda.
Linda. Okay. Well, whoever wrote this didn't do a good job. 13 was Lori Meeker, and 14 was Leslie Sedman. So we'd entertain a motion.
Not until after we do the. When it's done, not right now. We won't.
But at the same time, get it done.
Not right now.
We
have to
need to
wait.
vote.
We have to wait. Right. We have to election.
All right.
We're just getting it in. There's no motions this time until we get the election part, first election part done. Take it. Boy, I got to take upon military what to do this time. Yes. Okay. Okay, I have the new district chair, 41 votes, James Norcross. Won the district chair, 24, Josh Freifogel. Congratulations, Jim, you got the chair. District Vice Chair with 38 votes, Kevin Zagaba. Is that correct? Zagaba, 38. Terry Meridian, 25. Bonus vote. Mike Furley, 26. Lance Wilson, 25. Roy Burkhart, 13. Mike Furley, congratulations.
Mr. Chairman, I mean, the winner was, but you need to reverse the other two votes.
Well, I'm reading what it says on here.
Wow.
Somebody made a mistake.
I'm only reading.
That would be me.
I'm only reading what was wrote. Yes.
13 and 25. Yeah, I remember the numbers.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Well, I'll reread them again.
There you go.
Oh. Okay. Well, congratulations, Mike. Anyway, how's that? And then Lance, 13. Roy, 25. And Assistant Secretary Kim Furley, 35. Tracy Talbot, 20.
That's okay.
Tracy, you get to go coffee in the morning.
That's okay.
I got so busy I didn't even vote in that one.
Okay, next is what we're going to do, just so, okay, for clarification. Does anybody have a question before we start the next phase? Sir, you had a question. I'll go ahead and take your question first.
Well, is it I don't know if it's a question or a motion. Okay, here's my question. Well, I'm making a motion, I guess. That is okay.
No, not until I have a motion for the other one first before you can make a second. Well, first
Yeah,
we have...
I guess the question I have is that can we have or why not, a open vote for the 14 delegates instead of having 14 selected by the committee, instead of having it open for all of us to vote?
Do you want to go by number then?
No. Putting all the names on a piece of paper and
No, it doesn't work that way. Does not, it never works that way. It goes back. If we don't, if it does, we can, if we don't have enough votes to start with, we're accepting the nominating committee's group, and then if it doesn't get enough votes for that to begin with the motion, then we can break it apart into the 14 delegates, the 14. Now, if that doesn't go through, then we'll go one at a time. Okay, that's the way it works. So it's not, we don't do this other bit on the way through there. Yes, sir.
I have a quick question. How were the 14 delegates selected? You said by the committee?
Yeah, the nomination committee takes a look, and we kind of had a good selection of the group here. It wasn't any one-sided in that. They go by normally the longest legitimacy, who's been in the most conventions, who's been in the Republican Party, who's done all those things all the way through. I remember the top ones that go, because they're the ones that have been going the most times, have been there, and it works their way from the top to the lowest amount. The newest person then becomes an alternate, because they've been working for years with the party in that. So that's how it goes in the selection committee. So the ones in the top have been around the longest, have done the most things, and it works down from there. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is
Make a motion to accept.
I will accept a motion at this time from this gentleman.
Jim Kelly, South Keaton at Precinct 040, District 7. I make a motion to approve the recommendations as read by the nominating committee.
Do I have a second?
Point of information.
Until I get a second, then I'll go for questions.
Second, Tom Phillips, District 7, Precinct 50.
Okay, now it's open for discussion.
Do we have to be here in place in order to be delegates? If we're not here now, and we're on that list, what happens?
Yeah, the list is made of people who, when they registered to vote, they paid their $25 to register. They, at that point, circled and said when they wanted to be on. They then, at that time, put their name in the hat to be a delegate. Whether they're here or not, they're still on the list to be a delegate, because they paid to be on the list to be here.
Okay, but the other districts, they had to pay before leaving